Behind me is the all-electric, brand new Cadillac Escalade IQ. This thing goes 460 miles and it's massive. I mean, look at this car. This is by far the biggest SUV I've ever reviewed. I'm so excited. We're gonna go over all of the features, give you a tour, do a drive test. It's gonna be a great video, so let's get into it. Starting with the exterior, of course, we have the classic Cadillac styling that we all know and love, the beautiful vertical running lights. And what I love about the electric version, so you tap this button twice, we have an automatic frunk. It's a little over 12 cubic feet, which is really, really long. And it even has power. So that's pretty insane. And a little light too. This thing is huge. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a frunk quite as large as this one. And if you hold the button down, you can close it all automatically. So that comes in handy because the back of the car isn't extremely spacious because it has 3 rows. So actually, I would say you're probably gonna use this a lot for grocery runs. You could even put like a small stroller in here, beach gear, whatever it is. You will use this, so luckily they made it easy to get in and out of it. If you come around to the side, we have 24-inch wheels, 35-inch tires. And I mean, you can kind of see it. I'm 5'10" and it's huge. Like, these tires are enormous. And when you're driving the car, you can feel it. You are like way up on the road. Automatically opening doors that also automatically close. And not just the front, also to the back row. Something I love about these doors is they open up very wide, not automatically. They kind of stop at this point and then you just give it a little push and it's basically 90 degrees, very close to 90 degrees. Plenty of space to get your kids in and out. So I love that. I think that that is easy. The roof is very tall. The opening is very large. And if you're short and you need a little extra step, you're gonna be using that because it's a very tall car. Even though this car is very large, it's quite maneuverable due to the 4-wheel steering. So let me hop in and I will demo that for you. So that makes it a lot easier to get into parking spots, back up into parking spots, and all of that. So you don't have to worry about, you know, feeling like a gigantic beast on the road or in small spaces. That definitely helps a lot. Come around to the back, we have the charge port. Of course, they have a NACS adapter that you can use and get today to charge the Tesla supercharging network. And sometime soon, they're going to be announcing that they will be making it NACS just on board, ready to go in the cars. So we'll have to stay tuned for that announcement. They did tell me it's coming soon. And then to get to the back, you press the little cute Escalade button and you have the back trunk. So like I said, really not that large when you have the 3rd row up. I imagine with 3rd row down, it gets a lot larger. Let's see if we have any room under here. A little bit. I mean, basically you would probably just keep your adapter and your charging stuff here. I mean, I don't know if there's much else to say about it. It looks like an Escalade. It's beautiful. I really think the wheels are sharp. It has presence, that's for sure. I mean, you don't drive an Escalade without having presence when you're driving down the road. Let's get in because all of the really cool features are on the inside. It's quite the step up, but the running board makes that easy. Now we're in the cabin and I mean, beautiful. I love this tan leather. We have kind of like wood styling here. If I tap the brake, the door shuts. 55-inch curved display. And this is my favorite part. You have your own mini, I mean, it's not even mini, like this is actually huge. This is as big as some people's car's entire screen, just for climate control. So for the front row, the 2nd row, the 3rd row, all of your air controls, your seats. So they are heated, cooled, and massaging for the front row and the middle row, which is pretty amazing. You can do the positioning of the seats. Basically all of the features that you would kind of want to just customize it is all going to be here. And then here on this screen, You have your maps, you have your cameras, your charging stats. So it's Google Maps built in, just like all of the other, you know, Cadillac and GM products. One other really cool feature that I love about the center screen is you can use it to control all of your doors. So like I said, they're all automatically opening, so you just swipe it. That's so cool. Imagine rolling up to pick up your friend and you open their door for them. You also have 2 wireless phone chargers. This little dial can control the screen up here. A digital rear view mirror. So if you flip that down, it's a mirror. Now it's a rear view mirror. And this part of the screen here, so this is polarized. So when you're in drive and you have a passenger, if they want to watch something, YouTube, Hulu, whatever it is, the driver cannot see what they're watching. So your passenger is able to enjoy a movie while you drive. Now let's get in the back and check out the executive row. So your passengers are literally riding in style. I mean, look at this row. Not only do you have so much legroom, and these seats are so comfortable. Like I said before, they're heated, ventilated, they massage, they have integrated speakers in the headrest. You have your own tablet, your screen, so you can watch YouTube, Hulu for your kids, put YouTube Kids on, whatever you want. You can even plug headphones in, love that. And you also have a control panel as well that does very similar functionalities to the one in front. Mainly controls the climate, so you don't have to, you know, your kids don't have to bug mom to change, you know, the air. They can do all of that themselves. And one of the most unique and most fun features is you have these little stowable snack trays that fold out, and it's like you're flying first class. It's literally like an airplane. That is crazy. I love that. And I think that that's a really good idea. 2 wireless phone chargers in the back, 2 cup holders. The speaker system by AKG has 42 speakers in the entire cabin. So it's supposed to give like a 360 surround sound feel to your music. And then you have a rather small, I would say a pretty tight squeeze 3rd row, which to be fair is like most 3rd rows. I'll sit back there and show you. It's gonna be best for small children, but you do have 3 seats, so that makes this a 7-seater SUV. They also have air, so I like that, so you don't feel too claustrophobic back here. And there's a little, I'm just noticing now, there's a little USB-C charge port there, so no wireless charging, but you can still keep your devices charged. That's all that matters. To get into the back, you just hold down this button here, and your seat rolls forward. You just gotta step over the seatbelt. A little bit of a squeeze, but not too bad. And then you move it back as far as you can, depending on how tall you are. Now, because I have longer limbs as a larger person, taller person, I have to go in here, and then I move the seat forward. So like if you had a car seat here, you know, you could move this like fairly decently forward, and then now I can fit just fine. So a little small leg room wise, but width wise, this is great. I mean, especially if you just have 2 people or 1 person back here. The seats are very comfortable, just as squishy and comfortable as the front ones, I would say. And like I said earlier, I like the air vents because I think that that helps, and the little windows out to the side. So in a pinch, like an adult could totally be fine back here as long as the person in front of them doesn't need tons of leg room. Or if you're a shorter person, you would also do really well back here. But I think realistically, you're gonna put younger kids who don't need car seats in the back, and then you'll put adults here or kids with car seats here, and that's how you would use it. Definitely not a ton of room to get in and out. I've seen like the R1S like way easier, like, and it's way roomier. You're not gonna wanna do it every day because of that seat belt. It's like, it gets your foot hung up a little bit because you can't move it anywhere. But really it's all about the executive row. Like they obviously prioritize the space in the 2nd row, so it's super roomy. The first 2 rows are super roomy. The back is a little bit squishier, which I think is fine for most people. And yeah, it's just luxurious and beautiful, and I mean all of that you would expect from an Escalade. Something I don't love about the back row is they have no seat adjustments like they do in the front. You know, we're used to those little buttons that just allow you to quickly move your seat around. You have to do everything through the screen. It's not the most intuitive. It took me a while to even figure out like where it is, but you have to go into seats, and then you have to go into position, and then you have to choose whether you want your left or your right, and then you have to decide like, oh, like this is forward and rear, this is recline, you have to hold the button. So it's just a lot more work than it needs to be. I would say just put those little buttons on the side because everyone knows how to use those, and then it just simplifies that experience. Underneath the screen and the cup holders, you have this little tray, which is great for like stowing things or purses, and then you have a power outlet and 2 HDMI ports. So you could assumably like plug in a gaming console or a phone or various electronics and display it on the screens. So it's been about a week after the first intro tour that I filmed for you guys. So I've been driving this car every single day as my car for a week, and I definitely have some thoughts about how I like it and how it drives, and I'll show you as much as I can. So first of all, driving the Escalade has taken me some getting used to. I will say it is a huge car. It is by far like the biggest SUV I've ever driven, and you can feel that. Like I'm used to it now and it doesn't really bother me, but when you initially start driving it, it literally feels like you're driving a boat. I mean, you almost are. This thing is almost 19 foot. Like it's huge, and you're way up tall, way up off the ground, which I mean, that's why you buy an Escalade. So you know that going into it. So I think some people will like that and some people will feel like it's too big. The 4-wheel steering definitely does help. It makes it feel a little bit maneuverable. It's best, I would say, for like parking in tight places, pulling out of my driveway, making tight turns. It helps with all of that. Is it as nimble and maneuverable as like the Cybertruck with steer-by-wire? No, but it doesn't have steer-by-wire, and no other car really does. So I don't really know if it's a fair comparison, but since I do drive a Cybertruck as my car, I just think it's kind of an interesting thing to note. It's very, very comfortable. I mean, it's cushy, it's big, it's spacious. The seats are huge. They're seats for large, let's be real. Like they're big and comfortable, and tall people like football players, basketball players, and small people too. Everyone that I've had sit in it has been like, oh my gosh, this is so comfortable. And it is. I mean, even without the massaging seat on, it's super comfortable, and then that just takes it to the next level. Driving it, it is very smooth. It's pretty peppy. It's 0 to 60 in like a little under 5 seconds. 4.7 I think is what they claim. So it feels fast. It doesn't feel sporty. Like it's not fast and zippy and sporty like some other EVs that I've driven. But that's not the point. Like it's not trying to be a sporty EV. It's trying to be a comfortable, spacious, luxurious EV that has some pep to it. Like it will get going. You're not going to be like, oh, it's not fast enough. But you know, it doesn't feel as fast as a Tesla. I will say that. I mean, probably depends on what Tesla you own. The infotainment center, it's good. I mean, it's about as good as they get, I would say, in the traditional manufacturer cars. It's all Google. So if you like Google, you're really going to like the interface. It's just like Google Maps. It's pretty responsive. I haven't had any issues with like touching something and it not moving fast enough. So that's a huge pet peeve of mine. So I like that, but it gets the job done, and it's definitely not bad. Like it's not a bad infotainment center. It's not something I would be like, oh, I could never use it. This is a little confusing. Like having this extra screen is nice. It's like any car. I think it's just going to take some time to get used to where everything is. There's a lot of options, which just means there's a lot to learn. Which you can totally say the same thing for when you first get in a Tesla. Like I know people who have rented a Tesla and struggled because they don't know how to use it and like where anything is. And I think that's any car with a touch screen. It just takes a little bit of time to figure out where all of the controls are. It does have a heads-up display, which is nice. I think it's pretty standard. It has the speed limit, and it will put your navigation on there as well. So right now it's telling me to turn 350 feet. So we're gonna do that. Has a little body roll, we've noticed. Like I said, it's not super tight and super sporty, but nothing that I dislike. Like I've driven some EVs that are really loose and I'm like, I could never own this car, where I don't feel that way about the Escalade. I do enjoy driving it. I do think it's a very smooth, comfortable ride. And it's like honestly been a really great car. Like I've really enjoyed having it. Like I said, it's a little large, maybe larger than I would want on the regular, but if that's what you want, because obviously that's what you want if you're buying an Escalade, I think you'll really, really like it. Like I've been very impressed with the car in general. Like I do think it's a great car. I haven't charged it all week. I think we're at 44%, and we did a trip. I don't know, how many miles did we go?
50.
Yeah. So we did about a 50-mile trip and just around town doing all of my daily errands and gym runs and groceries and all the things that I typically do on a week. And we're only at 44%. And it says I have 196 miles left. So the range is amazing from that standpoint. Of course, I haven't like fully tested it. I would love to take it on a road trip for like another video, just ran out of time and wasn't able to do it for this one. I always say this in all my videos because I drive a Model Y and a Cybertruck, but like not having the blind spot camera is really a struggle for me. It has very good visibility, I will say, and the backup, has the backup camera if you prefer that, or you can just use the mirror. So the Escalade does have GM Supercruise. We're gonna get on the highway and see if we can get it to turn on. It obviously only works on highways. If you want a deep dive on Supercruise, I'm sure there's lots of YouTube videos out there about it. It's not a new technology. We used it driving down to San Clemente and it works. It definitely does. Hands-free driving unavailable, no road information. I get that a lot when I try to use it. You have to plan your routes according. Yeah. Oh, there it goes. So it is hands-free, which is great. You don't have to check in with it. And it basically is advanced lane keeping, I would say, and adaptive cruise control. Keeps you in your lane, keeps you, so many car lengths away from the driver in front of you, slow down, speed up. It will lane change. You have to initiate the lane change, but then it will check the cameras and lane change for you. Let's see if I can show you that. So it's doing that right now. And it better freaking slow down. Okay. Ooh, that was a hard break. That reminds me of how the Tesla system used to be. It used to be just like this, and they've majorly improved it. So I don't love that, because it's freaky as a driver for it to just like hit the brakes like that without any kind of warning. That is something that's unique about it. Like there's no buzzing, there's no like flashing lights, there's no like, there's a car, like there's no visualization of the cars around you. So you have to be a little bit more trusting with it, I feel like. But we used it for almost an hour and felt like, yeah, it does exactly what it's supposed to do. And it will be really great for long road trips. I mean, it's definitely worth having. It's not going to take you from point A to point B, but it will, really significantly help out the load of driving, especially when you're on a long stretch of freeway, going for hours on end. Like turns green, so that is like your indicator that it's on. And then you can like have the speed set. It goes highest to 85. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. I didn't really test it, but I was told that in the Google Maps system, when you're like road tripping and you're selecting what kind of, route you want to take, it will tell you which routes have Supercruise, like how much of the route will have Supercruise. So I think that would come in handy when you have a longer drive ahead of you and you can kind of select based on that, so you know what you're getting yourself into. But for the most part, I think it's over 400,000 miles of roads now, and they're pretty much all like freeways, but are covered. So for the most part, if you're on a major freeway and you're able to go 55 and up, like you're probably gonna be able to use Supercruise. Now it says take control because the freeway is ending here and it's turning into just like a normal 3-lane street. And so it gives you a little bit of a red flash and it indicates on the screen, but no audible noise. But it does, the seat vibrates. I would like a little like ding, 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 ding. Like what if you're like not paying attention to the screen? I don't know. It's pretty hard to miss it because it does flash and it does vibrate, but I don't know. I think maybe adding a ding would be nice. And like when it's initiated, maybe adding like a noise would be nice. So my overall first impressions of just having this car for about a day is that it's beautiful, it's luxurious, it has all of the tech and the features you would want in a car of this caliber in an Escalade. The second row executive style is just insane. I mean, I've never experienced a car with that many cool things in the back row. So that's definitely a perk for your passengers. Driving wise, I mean, 460 miles, obviously I haven't tested that, but if that rings true, that's incredible and amazing. I wish my car went that far. And the air suspension makes it a very smooth drive. The four-wheel steering makes it very maneuverable for how large it is. So overall, a super cushy, easy ride. You're definitely tall, in charge when you drive this car around. So if that's what you're looking for, you don't mind having a big car and it will fit in your garage. I have to test that. I don't know if it will fit in my garage. It's quite large. Then this could be the SUV of your dreams for around $160,000. Does not come at a cheap price tag. And yeah, that's the Escalade IQ. Thanks again for tuning in. Thank you for watching the video, supporting the channel. Go ahead and hit subscribe and you can check out my shorts on all of my other platforms, and hope to see you in my next video.